family. I'm super excited to present today's information. I'm going to go over a little bit of what we covered yesterday and really just show you guys, how this system is completely voluntary, how, there's many forms of deception they use to simply get you to agree to their terms. See, what I want you to understand is that the obligation, the debt arises, from the agreement. But I want you to understand the debt is created, from the credit, and we're the ones whom is creating credit, and we leave that, place as a debtor. How does that make sense? How can we come in as a creditor but leave as a debtor? And that's what's going on here, family, and that's what I'm about to break down in today's call. So before we do go ahead and get into the topic, into today's training, I want to make sure that we do have everybody here in tune with the channel. So make sure to share this live out with 3 individuals that can benefit, that have been denied credit. I want to show you guys some things that will help you guys, when you guys are sending out letters, simply just showing them how they are in, violation of your guys' rights, and also just they're in violation of, just policies and regulation. Their regulators is the CFPB. What I'm about to read from directly right now and show you guys is directly from the CFPB. So peace and love, family. Let me know what city you guys are tuning in from. Let's send this out to 3 individuals, and let's make sure to drop a like on this video as well too. If you guys are here live with me, I see we got a good amount of people that are live with me. But also, if you guys are watching the replay, the likes are huge as well too, and they do go a long way for me. So I do appreciate it. If you don't like any of the content, simply drop a dislike, but please make sure with that dislike to leave what it is you feel I can do better, so that I can always improve and innovate to be able to provide, a better understanding of this information and of our rights as a whole. So without further ado, family, let's get into today's call. So I did have something I wanted to pull up real quick on my laptop. But what I read yesterday, I'll drop the link again for you guys, especially those that are not in the Discord. Drop a 1 in the chat if you guys are in the Discord, because if you guys are in the Discord, you guys definitely seen, the file that I'm referring to. But in 3.11, it states that the consumer reporting agency's reporting of information from creditors is and historically has been voluntary. Now if we hop into, and I showed you guys yesterday, we're in the FCRA and the FDCPA. We talk about an invasion of a consumer's right to privacy. See, what I want you to understand is that all of this is, to protect our privacy, to protect our confidential personal information. Understand? Understand, family? All of this is about your guys' information. All of this is about getting that signature. All of this is about having access to that credit card. And that's what they're doing. And the moment that they run that credit card, remember, through every credit transaction, and a lot of you guys are out there thinking of a credit card as, a card that's going to help you build, or, some points, some travel points, or get back cash back, right? No, a credit card is your social security number. And anytime that is ran, you have been entered into a consumer credit transaction, right? Commerce is, taking place. It's a business transaction, but through this transaction and through every single transaction, right, you come in as the consumer, right? You are a consumer, and as a consumer, we are always the creditor. They deceive us and get us to agree and act in suitorship, act in jointer of this all caps name, which is an organization, which is also a person. That's why a lot of times on these contracts, they'll use the term person, right? The term person is also an organization, but that's how they deceive us, because they're referring to a person and we're automatically thinking, yes, us, the natural person. Oh shit, wrong freeway. Fuck me. we're thinking, it's one thing when it's completely different, family. So, I'm sick, I missed my turn off. But family, so we got to understand that. All right, I only added 2 minutes. It's okay. We got to understand all this is about that social. All this is about that credit card. And, the moment they deceive you, and, back to what I was talking about, they want that because, and the deception comes from, the fact that you've already credited them, but now they're going to deceive you into agreeing to their terms. And through their terms is where we agree to paying month-to-month, payments on that account when it's already been credited. Now I've gone through and I've told you guys multiple times what happens, after, the debt is quote unquote discharged or it got sent to collections. I told you guys multiple times what they go through and do, and they make sure to get paid 2 more times on the back end, after not receiving, payment from the terms. So it's vital for me to understand this. And a book that I'd recommend to read is Give Yourself Credit, right? Give Yourself Credit by David E. Robbins. Right? I have a copy of that ebook for free, right? For free in my Discord. So if you guys are not on the Discord, make sure to simply text 305-575-2843. But now understanding that consumer reporting agency is simply voluntarily, right? Now, if I understand that it's voluntary, and that them furnishing my information is completely, against the law. In order for them to even furnish it, they got to have my permission. They got to have permissible purpose, which is 15 USC 1681B. And these are all codes I want you guys to help draft up within your guys' letters. See, I want you to understand is that you don't need a million different laws and codes. Just one of these alone will help you guys get the outcome that you guys desire. I just want you guys to be precise and, properly understand what it is that you guys are using. I do recommend to use ChatGPT, to your advantage to help you guys draft up a couple of these letters as you guys are articulating and breaking down these laws and codes throughout the description of ChatGPT. Have it, format you a quick, notice of dispute letter or, debt validation, etc. But go through with debt validation. If you guys are in the mob, I actually just dropped a video for debt validation and the proper steps to take for debt validation. So I would definitely highly recommend you guys do get into with that training. I'm pretty sure it's a part of the mob. But this Sunday, one more announcement and then one more topic I want to talk about, in terms of, oh shit. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not getting lost. I don't know what happened to my map. Somehow I left my screen, but now it's up and now we're good. But the last thing I wanted to talk about, and then I'll go over the last announcements, is if it's voluntary, how can we be denied our right to extend credit? How can we be denied our God-given right? Right, that's the title of this call right here of this chapter. And what do you mean our God-given right? Our birthright is to credit, is to give life, is to create life. That is our birthright. That is why we are here, is to reproduce, right? The seed of life, we have that seed within us, and these corps need and want that seed, and they understand that we're the only ones with that seed, so they need somebody to plant that seed, and we're the ones whom is constantly planting that seed and whom is crediting all of these corporations. Deuteronomy 15, you'll lend to many nations, but borrow from none. Family, I'm going to use this, from the end until, until the from the beginning and until the end of, the movement and everything that we are creating, here at YBC. Because once we understand scripture, we understand that a lot of these laws and everything were used, from scripture and created from scripture and used, to deceive us and keep us away from truly knowing the power that we hold and the divinity that's within each and every single one of us, family. So the power always lies within us. That Christ consciousness that's within each and every single one of you guys, right? The power of God, right? What is God's name? God's name, it tells you this in the Bible, is I am. All right, I want you guys to understand is that you guys are, and we were, created in his image, and we have the ability to create as well too. We are creators ourselves. We are a creditor is a creator. All right, we cannot be a debtor and a creditor. There's no such thing as such. So how through these contracts are we being called and, you know, acting, you know, as a debtor when we have never been and never will be a debtor and always a creditor? And so, family, I want you guys to understand that above all else. I want you to understand that with the equal credit opportunity, you guys can use that, you know, in your guys's, you know, advantage to help show how they've been discriminating you guys. You guys can use the FCRA's definition section, you know, and when it defines the term adverse action, you know, as to, you know, speaking why it never, you know, talks about a denial of one's credit card. We cannot be denied our credit card because our credit card is open-ended. It's crediting every single one of these corporations. If you don't believe that it's open-ended, simply go read Truth in Lending's definitions. Everything that I'm telling you guys isn't anything I've created. You know, I've studied from reading on the internet. It's all public law. It's all information that's out there for the public, you know, by the public, you know, so that we know how to operate within the public. See, if you want to understand how to operate within the private, you got to become a secured party creditor. And, you know, we got that coming within the mentorship, you know, come September, October. I told you guys 2024, we will be diving into this information, and we're going to be. So I'm excited to present it to you guys. I'm excited to continue growing with you guys. This Sunday, we have a private call for every YBC University student. So if you guys are in the university, we do have our first, you know, Sunday private call. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all, getting to know you all. Cameras will be on, and we will, you know, make sure that, you know, I am going to make sure that all of you guys leave there with knowledge as well too. I'm pretty sure I played here as well too. It's my little brother's first basketball game. It's in 7 minutes for me, so I'm about to hop up on out of here. But definitely check out the term adverse action, you know, and why it never talks about denial of one's credit card, you know, and us extending it. All right, we got to understand this, family. This is a great recording, briefly, just to go through a great training, you know, and a great, you know, topic for those that have been, you know, denied credit. All right, it's time to put these corporations in their place and stand in our power, family. Let's get it. Peace, love, light, eternity. I'll see you all at the top. You know why, man? Because the bottom is way too crowded. Peace, love.